And we begin this hour with the very latest developments on the investigations into former President Donald Trump. NBC News has learned a D.C. grand jury investigating interference in the 2020 election is scheduled to hear from William Russell, a former White House aide who now works with the Trump campaign. Russell was also with former President Trump on January 6th. This as a federal judge in New York has blocked Trump's efforts to move his trial in the hush money payments case from the state court to federal court. With us now to talk more about this, NBC News correspondent Garrett Haake, who covers the Trump campaign, and Jessica Roth, a former federal prosecutor in New York, who is now a professor at Yeshiva University's Cardozo Law School. So, Garrett, who is William Russell and why is his testimony important?
Well, Russell was a trip director and special assistant to the president during the Trump presidency. And more to the point, he was considered a personal aide. He was someone who would have been around Donald Trump a good bit, not a senior person in the Trump White House or campaign, but someone who would have potentially been privy to a lot of conversations that he may have overheard, including on January 6th itself, where pictures exist of him standing with the former president around that rally on the Ellipse. So someone who would have been close to the action on the day of January 6th itself, although it's not clear right now whether that's specifically what Smith and the special counsel's office wanted to talk to him about, or perhaps some of even his continuing work with Trump's campaign. So we're continuing to figure out exactly whether this is the first appearance that he's made, whether there's additional appearances, and the kinds of information he may have. But it's pretty clear, again, this was somebody who would have been physically close to the former president at pretty regular intervals towards the end of his term.